Roofers, if you want to hit 5 million next year, you don't guess, you reverse engineer it. And that's what my good friend and coach Hunter Blue taught us. He taught us to rage your goals. So here's your quick promise. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how many leads, estimates, and reps that you'll need to accomplish your goals in 2026. Hey, I'm Jeff Jackson, and I've spent years in the roofing industry, selling, building, and running crews. Now I coach roofers to avoid costly mistakes, grow their businesses profitably, and take control of their operations. If you're ready to scale without the stress, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. For the sake of example today, we're gonna reverse engineer your goals. That's the rage. We're gonna go with 5 million as our top line. Listen, top line is easier to track, but bottom line is what's important. Bottom line is the mission. But for the sake of this video, we can track our top line, and that's what we're gonna do today. $5 million is next year's goal. Step one is, what's your average job? We're gonna use 15,500 as the example for today. That's what we use in our company. This is no add-ons, no soffit, no gutters, no fascia metal, nothing extra, just your standard roof. We can talk about upgrades later. You want to get that average ticket up, but for the sake of our argument, let's go with 15.5. Now, all you need to do to figure out how you're gonna accomplish your goals is take your revenue goal, divide it by your average sale, and that's gonna tell you how many jobs you need. Okay, so we're gonna take our 5 million, we're gonna divide it by our average job, and that's gonna get us 325 jobs that we need in order to accomplish our goal. That is step one. Step two is we wanna break these jobs into monthly targets, okay? So we can take 323 divided by the months, and we know we need 27 jobs a month. Doesn't sound bad, does it? 323 jobs sounds like a lot, but when you break it down by month, 27 jobs is a lot more attainable. So now we need to go to step three, which is convert the jobs into estimates. So step three, in order to get 27 jobs, okay, let's say our average close rate is 30%. So we're gonna take 27 divided by 30, and that's gonna give us a number somewhere around 90. So we need 90 estimates a month at a 30% close rate, and that's gonna get us 27. I'm telling you, it's not rocket science, but it's about knowing your numbers. For us, we need to convert the estimates into leads, okay? So how many leads do I need in order to get these appointments or get these estimates? So for us, our lead to appointment rate is about 50%. So I can take this 90 estimates, I can multiply that by 2, and I need 180 leads. We'll talk about lead sources later, about the different ones that you can have come in and to help your business. But what you need is, you need 180 leads at a 50% set rate, and that's gonna get you the appointments, right, the estimates out in order to get your close rate at 30% to 27 jobs. I know it's a lot of numbers, but it's not difficult. Now, seasonal tracking, we can take this for a second, and let's just say, so we have 323 jobs is our target, but seasonally, if you have seasons where you're at, you know the jobs aren't steady all year long. For us, you can use historical data. So we track this every year. We know exactly where everything's coming from. Maybe you don't have that data from last year. I encourage you to start keeping it so you know what the data is. But for us, but for the sake of this video, let's just say that 30% comes from Q2, 30% comes from Q1, 25% comes from Q4, and let's just say the remaining 15% comes from Q1. So you know that these jobs break down in these percentages. So that's what you can expect. Q1, you can expect 15% of your 323 job goal, 30% Q2 and Q3, and 25% in Q4, so on. Now, once we have this broken down, what we really need to figure out, and you can also take your 180 a month of leads, which we know is going to be 90 appointments, And then we know that we can break down each quarter how many, so that would be, based on percentage, right? 15% of your 90 appointments, that's for the month. So multiply by 3 for the quarter. But that's how many leads you're gonna have to have. Now, a good rep, in my opinion, can definitely do 3 appointments a day. Now, a good rep. Let's say the average rep could do 2 appointments a day. 2 appointments and then follow up. That would be the rhythm. So if one rep working 5 days a week can do 2 a day, that's 10 appointments that each rep can run. Now, we were needing 93, appointments in a month, and that's what they can do in a week. So you times that. So one rep could do 40 appointments a month. That's a lot too, guys. So you could probably do, 2.5 reps to get this. Now, we all know that out of your reps, you're gonna have a few that just absolutely kill it. They're gonna be the top. You're gonna have a few reps that are gonna get you halfway there, and then you got a couple reps that are gonna struggle. So what I would always say for a $5 million target, I would think that you want to have 6 to 8 reps throughout the year. That's going to fluctuate, and the retention hopefully is getting better with roofing companies, but retention rates are not great among reps. I've heard anywhere as much as you're going to lose 80% of your reps throughout the year. So you're going to keep 2 out of every 10 that you hire. This is another video too, but work on your culture. Give them reasons to stick around. You got to have good production, but you also have to have good reps. This is what you need to hit 5 million. Just a quick recap: for $5 million in revenue, we're going to need 6 to 8 reps at an average 15,500, give us 323 jobs, 180 leads, 90 appointments. Break those down percentage-wise through your quarters to know what to expect, and then track it. Know exactly what's going on throughout each quarter to know if you're staying on track to hit your goal. So that's the sales team reality. You need 6 to 8 reps. We talked about that. So here is a few optimization levers. So if you like, hey, listen, Jeff, that's too many jobs. I don't want to do that many jobs in a year. Well, okay, what you can do is you can take this 15 and turn it into a 20. You can upsell gutters. Maybe you're into siding or fascia. I like staying focused as much as I can. Or maybe from a class 3, sell them on a class 4. Or if you're in the areas with, tile or metal, obviously those are all things that can improve our average ticket, and that's going to lower the amount of sales that you're going to have to do. And another thing, remember, we base this off of a 30% close rate. What if you can get your guys closing at 40%? That's less leads you're going to have to go after, right? You're going to have to spend less time at lead generating because your guys are closing 4 out of every 10 jobs that are coming in the door. That would be great, okay? So those are a few things that you can do to improve these levers that we're pulling here. So improve your average ticket, improve your close rate, and then when you do that, it strengthens the lead flow. So if you want help reverse engineering your goals, I'm giving away a free hour to help you do that. You can sign up in the link below. And listen, if you like the comment, like and subscribe. More content's coming to help you grow your roofing business in 2026 and beyond.